Hello and welcome back to Wisdom Warriors, the channel that inspires, motivates, educates, and gives useful tips on life experiences. A big thank you to our subscribers and extending a warm welcome to new subscribers. It is free to subscribe, and when you do so, please hit the notification bell, as this will send you an alert to let you know when the next video is ready to watch. At the end of the video, in which I told my story about my diabetes struggles and how I'm managing to reverse the condition back to normal, I mentioned that I would share diabetes-friendly recipes with you. These meals are not only for people suffering from diabetes. Anybody can eat them, because what I do is basically just show how to make really basic food, but using methods which avoid lots of oil. So like deep frying. So I tend to use very little oil when I'm cooking, when I'm frying food. And also I do a lot of baking and grilling. So welcome to my kitchen. I hope you enjoy my videos and that you try out the recipes. I'm going to upload a cooking video very soon, so keep your eyes peeled and I will see you then. Bye. Today's dish includes kidney beans and ground nuts, both of which are rich in nutrients. Kidney beans provide protein, iron, fiber, among other things. They're low in calories. They help to manage blood sugar, so they're very good for people with the diabetes condition. And they can be eaten up to 3 times a week. Ground nuts are rich in proteins. They have healthy fats. They have fiber. They have vitamins. And also, this will be interesting for people with diabetes. They they contribute to blood sugar control. Now, with ground nuts, they are high in calories due to their healthy fats that they contain. So they shouldn't be consumed that often. They should be consumed in moderation. So there are my kidney beans. I like to soak them overnight to soften them a bit. Here are the boiled ground nuts. Spring onions. I use a lot of spring onions because they add a lot of flavor to the dish, and so that's why there's quite a lot of it in that bowl. I'm going to use olive oil as well, salt, curry powder, smoked paprika, and ground coriander. So the olive oil goes into the pan first, and wait for it to heat up before you add the spring onions. Fry the spring onions. It will take a while because there's quite a lot there. Now, spring onions always look quite bulky when you buy them, but when you cook them, they do shrink a lot. And so that's why I tend to use what actually appears more than is necessary, but ends up being the exact amount that you need. As I said earlier, I love the flavor that they bring out. You can see just how much the spring onions have shrunk. So that was a very good estimate of mine. So now I'm going to add the other ingredients: salt, ground coriander, curry powder, and the paprika, smoked paprika. Mix it all up. Mix it all up like that. And it's going to start looking quite dry. And so in a moment, I'm going to add some water. So mix it all up like that. And then add some water. Not too much, because you don't want your food to be too runny. You want whatever gravy or whatever else is in the food not to be too runny, just nice and thick like that. It's beginning to look good, and it's smelling really nice as well. I think once these ingredients blend in, it always brings out such a lovely aroma, not to mention the spring onions that are adding to that aroma as well. I've added a bit more water because it needs to simmer for a little bit, just for maybe 5 minutes before I add the kidney beans first, because they're going to be a little bit harder than the ground nuts. So they need to go in first, and then I'll add the ground nuts after that. The sauce is now bubbling away, so I can add the kidney beans. They go in first. Probably won't need all of this. I think whatever is left, I will freeze and add to the next time I make this dish, because as you can see, there's quite a lot of food there. So what I normally do is I make it in bulk, and then I freeze most of it in portion sizes, so that I don't have to make it for a while. So this will last for about, I would say, a good 2 or 3 weeks. Actually, let me put a bit more. Yeah. So that's what I do. I cook a lot of it, and then I freeze most of it in portion sizes, because it's quite a lengthy recipe to go through. So those will now cook for a while. I'll just leave them to cook for about 10 minutes, and then I will add the ground nuts. The kidney beans are now cooked, so I am going to add the ground nuts. You can add water as the cooking goes along. There's no harm in that, as long as you don't put too much, because as I said before, you want a nice thick sauce in your dish. So I'm going to add the ground nuts now. Now, because of their fatty content, I use less ground nuts than kidney beans. So let's put a bit more. Whatever is left over will be used for snacking. Very good for snacking with a cup of tea or something like that. So let's just add a little bit more water to that. like that, and then we let it cook for about 10 minutes. The groundnuts, don't forget, had already been boiled, so now it's just a question of blending the two ingredients together. The food is cooked, so now all I have to do is to put it into portion sizes for the freezer. It smells so good, honestly, it really does. Now I'm going to give it a name because of the curry powder and the paprika. It's got a curry-like taste, so I'm going to call it my kidney beans and groundnut curry. That's what I'm going to call it. So I'm going to put as much as I can into containers for the freezer, and then I might have some for dinner tonight. I normally eat it with brown rice or baked sweet potatoes. Thank you for spending time with me in my kitchen today. Until my next video, bye.